Whoa! What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching your favourite YouTuber's favourite football YouTuber, the Lord of the Frauds himself, summoned by the Fraud Gang, back at it again with the late night Fraudulencia. My sons, much love to your mothers. I hope you're all doing well and looking after each other in these turbulent times. We're all we've got, people. Let me know where you're watching from. The Fraud Gang is global. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're new and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, we've got plenty to be getting into. Tuesday night, late night. Ooh, plenty of controversial topics to go through. If you have got anything that you want included in the show, please send it in via either super chat or tweet, and I will get to as many of them as possible. Tonight we are going to be covering the following: Greg Clark and the resignation, Jude Bellingham and the call-up, Mikel Arteta and the pressure, Alexandre Lacazette and the lack of threat, and Kia Jurabshian and this little fraud, Willian himself. We will be discussing all of that and more on the late night Fraudulence. Drop the thumbs up with those freeloading fraudulent thumbs if you're excited. Yeah.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
Indeed, my sons, my fraudulent friends, thank you for joining me. It is fantastic to see so many of you here. We have a little break in the Premier League madness. Football turning its attention to the internationals again. If you are a fan of the internationals, please do raise your espresso emojis. I want to say a massive shout out to the newest member of the Fraud Gang Members Club, Dan, the true fraud. Welcome. My son, you are massively appreciated. We are going to move straight into the topics of conversation today, though. Huge news indeed, as Football Association Chairman Greg Clark has resigned over some, let's move you over here, over some massively fraudulent comments. That's a rather big close-up. Let's go super close-up on Clark. Oh, you can see every hair follicle, every fraudulent... Look, you've missed a massive bit of nose hair there. Come on, bro. There's a bit of ear hair here as well. But he's getting on. I'll let him off. However, he hasn't been let off himself. And although he has resigned after calling... Well, he's used the term coloured footballers like it's, I don't know, 1962 or something. The comments haven't gone down well, and he has a history of controversial comments, including saying that being gay was a life choice. None of this has gone down well, and this archaic mentality cannot be representative of a forward-thinking FA that are inclusive. And, you know, he himself has actually come out and said that his words were a disservice to our game. Much love to everyone who has come into the stream from Lee Gunner, my son, my fraudulent friend. If you are new to the stream, please do drop the video a damn like and subscribe to the channel. We're here with daily football content. I'd love to know your thoughts on Greg Dyke. Has he actually taken the game forward in his time as FA chairman? Peter McCormack is going to be stepping in with immediate effect. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but one thing I do want to say, one thing I do want to focus on, whilst there has been so much negative press about England, is the positive side of the response to these comments and, of course, the resignation itself. England basically threw Tyrone Mings under a bus today, and he became the representative of the Three Lions. He became the bearer of all the uncomfortable questions, and I have to say that he dealt with them really well and is a fantastic example, a shining example of where we should be. He is very well spoken, he is eloquent, able to express himself properly. You're getting fantastic answers that are keeping everyone happy. Because things do need to be said, but they need to be said in the right way for them to be kind of taken on board. And I think that he should be, and Aston Villa fans especially, should be extremely proud of the way that he carried himself in a very, very testing situation, which really could have gone wrong. It really could have gone wrong. He has gone on record as saying, what we're asking for is equal opportunities for both black and white people or ethnic minorities. And Mings saying it would be a huge step. And it is quite important as well to show, I think this is quite important, that he is an example of someone that has been through, the back end of these kind of comments, but has also seen the positive work that England and the FA are doing. And there are efforts being made to change things. I think it's crucially important now, though, that these comments have been heard, that people have responded, and that action is being taken, that the work that the FA or England or whoever it is that is involved, Kick It Out, all these factions, the work cannot be undermined by these, traditionalist, old school, archaic mentalities and attitudes of the people who are making the important decisions in football. And, if they do act in a way that is representative of the country, and the country, if you look at the team, you can see is diverse as anything, then, we're going to be moving in the right direction. There have been statements coming out left, right and centre. I don't want to dwell on it. It is a little bit negative, and I am happy that he has been moved on. I should stress that he is still Vice President of FIFA. So, people who have this kind of attitude or aren't well versed in how to kind of carry themselves and speak freely on these matters are still kind of running the game, and that is going to have to change before too long. We will move on. I'm seeing plenty of frauds in the super chats. I've got Dan here, a huge fraud. Much love. He says, "Hey Hugh, I just wanted to say I love your content and you always cover everything regardless of the situation, regardless of who I support." I don't know who you support. I've got a feeling it's going to be an Arsenal rival. Much love to your mother for getting involved. You are massively appreciated. Huge amounts of fraudulence in the chat. Okay, can we change the pick, Hugh? Yes, indeed we can. We can also change the topic of discussion because we are going to be moving straight into some Arsenal-oriented content. That is correct. Whilst it is massively disappointing that there are people in the game who have, these attitudes towards people and the human race in general, that is something that we are having to deal with, and we just have to kind of understand and recognise that whilst there are things being done, there is a lot more work to be done. And there is a lot more work to be done at Arsenal Football Club as well, with Mikel Arteta coming under a lot of pressure after another defeat, this time at the hands of Dean Smith and Tyrone Mings. Indeed, Aston Villa putting on a sumptuous performance, a sumptuous display of attacking football against an Arsenal side who are currently, they're stressing me out, lads. That's the God's honest truth of the matter. We're going to have to go balls deep today because this is the home of hard-hitting home truths. And unfortunately for Arsenal Football Club and its fans, unfortunately for Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal players especially, there are some questions that need answering about the direction that the club is going in. We've got to be patient, we're being told. We've got to trust the process. I'm having difficulty trusting a process because I'm having difficulty seeing what exactly the process is here. It's very early to be calling this man a fraud. It is very flip-floppy of some Arsenal fans to be over the moon at a Manchester United win at Old Trafford. And down in the dumps the next minute saying Arteta out. after a 3-0 loss to an Aston Villa side who have been massively disrespected by the Arsenal fan base. They have some top ballers, lads, and you just got to deal with it. Get over the fact that some of their players are better than some of Arsenal's. And they have a manager who's given the confidence to go and play football. You are seeing not a purple patch from a Ross Barkley. You are seeing Ross Barkley. We have got some news regarding Jude Bellingham, which we are going to touch upon. The England squad in general. You may well see the likes of Jack Grealish and Maddison being left out. But what you will see in the Premier League is those boys dominating it because they're true ballers. Jack Grealish is one of the best players in the Premier League, full stop. And he's taken it to Liverpool, who have incidentally conceded 7 to this side. With Virgil van Dijk, may I add. And yet here we are, still about to question what is going on. Because on paper, in your heart of hearts, even in the bookies, you expect Arsenal to come away with at least a point at home to Aston Villa. It is unacceptable to consider anything else. However, some of the choices that this man here is making are leading me to believe that we truly do have a manager who is in a very similar vein, in a very similar mould to who Chelsea have on their hands in Frank Lampard and to who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have to a lesser extent at Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is by far the most experienced manager out of the 3 of them. They are all learning on the job, and as a result of that, they are all making huge mistakes on the job as well. The fact of the matter is, this is an unknown. We are guessing, and we are kind of living on a prayer that he knows what he's doing. However, when I see statistics like this from Orbinho, Harry Maguire has had more shots at goal than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or Alexandre Lacazette this season. I'm sorry! I've had enough! I've had enough of that. That's taking the mick. This is the style of play. This is what we have to focus on because a lot of attention has been put on the fact that we have got no creativity. It is no secret. It's now 6 hours and 26 minutes since Arsenal last scored a goal from open play in the Premier League. 6.5 hours. You're having a laugh. You're having a bubble. This is fraudulence. That's fraudulent. And we will find out why and how it is fraudulent. What exactly has happened here for this to be the case? This is Willian's pass map from the game against Aston Villa. It has been retweeted galore all over social media, shared all over the internet, and laughed, mocked. If you turn it upside down, it looks like a fantastic game from Kieran Tierney. Maybe even from Gabriel or Xhaka when he plays down there. What's going on here? It's fucking upside down. Okay. Let's work this out, lads. Let's work this out. Willian. Oh, Willian. Incredible scenes of unglorious emotion. Willian. I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to look. Everyone's panicking, aren't they? We're panicking. And I tell you what, lads, you're right to panic. You're right to panic. Willian was signed as a result of Kia Drabshan. Kia! Let's have a look at this fucking fraud. This infectious cancer that is... Ooh, it's testing my patience. Okay, right. The audacity of this man here, the super agent who thinks that he runs my football club, to be going on national radio and telling presenters what is happening at the club. like he is the Lord and Sundry of all. Well, unfortunately he is, because we've let in the cancer. We have let in the cancer. Super agents were something that Wenger tried to keep out of our club for a long time, and with good reason. They are snakes. They are charlatans. They will sell themselves and their families for silver coins. And they have gone into bed with each other, these two, because, you know, these guys really do look after players. They entertain them. They take them on holidays. They buy them gifts. And they get them these lucrative contracts going from club to club. And if you can these days put the power into the players' hands by running down your contracts to the very end, you stand to make an incredible amount of money with a signing-on fee, with new properties being offered, with the allure of new scholarships at the best schools locally for your kids, and all of that will have been put into place with Willian. Willian. That's all I'm fucking seeing these days at the starting lineup. It's Willian. Oh, shock horror, it's Willian again. What has he actually done at the football club to warrant a starting place in every single Premier League fixture? Please entertain me. Please entertain me. I'm here for it. I'm listening. All ears! You see these big motherfuckers, aren't they? Yeah? I'm ready to listen. Because I'm not seeing it yet, lads. I'm not seeing it. We were told by Chelsea fans till they were blue in the face. Beware. He'll give you a good game, but only once every 8 games. Meanwhile, what is happening at this club is not only because of the pandemic. We have been suffering financially as a club, set back, as with everyone else. Not only have we offered this man who is... How old is Willian? He is at least 30. Willian is... He's 32. Oh, fuck me. He's 32, and we've just offered him a 3-year contract. We've given him a 3-year contract. He's here till he's 35. I've heard different reports that he's on 110 grand a week. I've heard other reports that it's bonuses and that he can stand to make up to 220 grand a week and is Arsenal's second highest paid player. I don't know how much truth there is in any of that because I don't read the contracts. But realistically, on that amount of money, we're going to expect a little bit more output than we're getting so far. But is it all down to Willian? Is Willian suddenly a terrible footballer? Well, he can't beat the first man on a corner consistently, ever apparently. But no, it is not all down to Willian. Let's just have a look at this again. What does this mean to you when you study the patterns that you are seeing here? Because there is repetition. There is a continuation of an angle. And the angle is backwards and sideways. Backwards and sideways. Backwards and sideways. In fact, if you look at these... Should we count them? Let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 passes. 28 passes. 28 times you had the chance to go forward. 28 times and twice you've passed forwards. Twice. 2 times. 1, 2. Like, you could do that in like 4 seconds. What's taken fucking 78 minutes? Is it that Willian has been instructed to do something that we're not happy with here? Because clearly, there is a pattern here. And it all leads down here, doesn't it? So we're going from up here, and we're going down here. And why are we going down here? We're going down here because everything that Arsenal Football Club do happens over here. Like, literally everything. This club are so predictable that you can take the passing pattern of any player and it will equate to this shape. How do we do it? It's like that. We go from here and we go down here. In fact, it's from over here to over here because it's mirrored, yeah? There is nothing complicated about this. In fact, this is one of the main reasons, I guess, why Mesut Ozil is not involved. Creativity is not really an option here because Willian certainly has the ability to go past a man. He can certainly take a man on. He can certainly pass the ball forwards. We know that. We've seen him do it for years. He can do that. He's a footballer. You can pass the ball sideways. You can pass the ball forwards. This is a decision that you're making. Now, the decision that he's making is being based upon the position of the other players around him, and of course the managerial decision, the tactics, right? So what we can ascertain from this right here is that no one is in front of Willian for him to pass forward to. That's the first thing. And secondly, again, that he has been instructed to do a very simple thing, and that is to get it over to the left. He is actually acting as a kind of decoy. It's a distraction. And I have to tell you this, lads, that Arsenal Football Club seem to be a little bit slow in the head. I'm not sure who's running things, but they clearly haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo. Because what we're doing as a football club is we are actually letting the world know exactly how to beat us. Exactly how to beat us. Let's just go over here to the Twitter account. We are going to just scroll down very slightly away from Hector Bellerin in those incredibly tight shorts. Does it not uncomfortable? No, it just looks really uncomfortable. Maybe he's... yeah, well, none of my business. This football club... My goodness. Okay. I mean, the first thing that I really want to point to is that having been beaten by Aston Villa side, having been dominated by an Aston Villa side as well, just to give full credit to that side, they completely outclassed Arsenal Football Club on the pitch. Yeah? What are my club up to? What are they up to? How are we back at training? Are we focusing on what are we doing? What are we doing as a football club? Let's have a look at what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Hashtag Nerf Ultra Challenge. Sorry, what? Bukayo Saka, Eddie Nketiah and Kieran Tierney test out the Ultra One, the latest blaster from Nerf and Hasbro. Find out how they got on tomorrow. Find out how they got on tomorrow in the... What is this? What is this? Nerf guns. That's the soft bullets. Yeah? Soft bullets. Soft shots. Soft shots! Perfect! Eddie, that's you all over, isn't it? Weak shots. Soft-ons. What are we doing here? We're doing adverts for Nerf guns. I know it's Christmas, buddy. I know it is. I know you need the cash. I know you need that money. Oh, you need more money, do you? Yeah. No. Please think about what we're doing here. We're not representing Arsenal Football Club properly here. This is not... Look, this is the kind of thing that I do, yeah? I need to do this kind of thing to pay the bills. Arsenal Football Club! The great history of my football club has been reduced to tatters. What's going on here? What is actually going on here? The beauty of this, right, is that they don't see the irony in having taken that very, very controversial Visit Rwanda money, £10 million a year to have Visit Rwanda on the shirt sleeve. And here we are, holding up guns. Promoting it's questionable to say the least. I don't know. Look, about the only shooting we do. Do we need the money that badly, lads? How much are they paying? Seriously. Anyway, it isn't this that I'm really worried about. This is not what worries me. What worries me is when I log on to Arsenal.com, and I do log on to Arsenal.com because I'm a fraud, yeah? Massively fraudulent, and I need to know what's going on. Here we are, and I get it, it's journalism. You've got to entertain the fans with content, and they need content. Here we are, Arsenal Football Club just got battered, duppied, yeah? Spanked all over the park, sent for 4 hot dogs and a bag of chips. No, go back, that's the wrong drink, yeah? Give me my fucking change as well, you prick. Listen, that's what's happened. You got sent to the fucking shops and you've come back with loose change. That's not enough change. I want the receipt. Go back. Not good enough. Ollie Watkins, my Donny. His whole family are Arsenal fans. Whole fucking family are Arsenal fans. He was available for about £15 million about 6 months ago. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Oh, we've sacked all the scouts. We've sacked them all. You got to love it. You got to love it. Love it. What are we doing? What are we doing as a football club here? The breakdown. Why it went so wrong against Aston Villa. The breakdown is beautiful. It is beautiful. Adrian Clark, absolute legend of the game. Arsenal player. So, I mean, look, I've got a lot of love for Adrian. I've got a lot of love. I love the work you do, mate. But you are really not helping right now, bro. Because anytime Arsenal do anything good, and we really only have one pattern of play, yeah? One pattern of play. Apart from the, you know, long ball to Aubameyang and Inshallah. It's one pattern of play, right? We are literally drawing it out and explaining the tactic to the whole fucking world. Oh. So you mean to tell me that Aston Villa, Dean Smith, who is he's a legend of the game. He is one of their own. It's a little bit like Chris Wilder, yeah? They're backing him to the fullest. And he's trusted those players. And they've executed. Do you know what happened during the game? Fuck a breakdown. Here's your breakdown. Listen. Halfway through the game, they realised that Arsenal are terrible. They realised that they have it in their locker to absolutely ball out. Oh, everyone get involved. They're all trying to... defenders are trying to score from 25 yards. Everyone's trying to get up the pitch to get involved because they know it's headlines, baby. And even before then, they'd sniffed out Arteta's one tactic and realised they weren't even putting in challenges. So when Barkley and Grealish are working on the left-hand side, they are making Rob Holding dance. Why is Holding dancing? He's dancing to some kind of tune. Oh, leave it out. Serious football. Serious football. The breakdown. The breakdown is happening in my head every time you play football. Yeah? You are dragging my sanity to the limits. Talking about trust the process when you clearly don't have a clue. The disrespect that Nicola Pepe is enduring is actually starting to frustrate me. At first, I was happy to see him getting involved in the cup games, doing bits. Hopefully he'll grow in confidence. Now it's a little bit like, what the fuck has he got to do to get in the team? Arteta talks a big game about how he needs players to respect him. Where is the respect for our players from Arteta? This is what we're paying the big bucks for. 2 assists against Fulham and you got gassed. He played terribly during the Fulham game as well. I just got to break that down for you. I don't even want to talk about Cedric Suarez and Pablo Mari right now. I honestly don't want to talk about Kia either. I want to talk about William Saliba. Where is the respect for this kid? We've paid 27-30 million for them. He's being called the Mbappe, the centre-back Mbappe of Ligue 1. Fofana is actually killing it for Leicester City. Oh, wow. What a beautiful, beautiful signing. Who has hit the ground running and is flourishing in the Premier League. Where is this guy? He is playing with the under-21s. Nicola Pepe can offer this side more than Willian on a consistent basis. He is a more dangerous attacking threat. There are times when he doesn't look completely in control of the ball. But you've got options, Arteta. There are no excuses anymore. And I'll tell you what. The worst thing about this, the worst thing about all of this, William Saliba, I can understand. Maybe there's something going on. Yeah? Maybe there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but maybe there's something going on. What we do know is that Thomas Partey, the party's fucking over, lads. The party is so over. He's had to be taken home early. It's one of those ones. He's turned up gassed. Yeah, he's turned up gassed. Whole fucking, the crowd's all gone around the front. Everyone's like, hey, he's here. He's here. The party's just about to get started. He's had 2 drinks. Yeah, 2 drinks. Passed out on the sofa. Mum had to come and pick him up. Embarrassing. What's happened here? What's happened here, lads, is we've signed a player who is very talented, you can drop him straight into the first team and he'll be able to pick it up. We have surrounded him with the same fraudulent formation when the games are totally requiring different plans. There's no way that you can tell me that it was necessary to play a midfield of Mohamed El-Neni and Thomas Partey against both Manchester United away from home and Aston Villa at home. The signing of Partey is meant to give you other options. And I mean, I don't know how serious the injury is. I hope it isn't. There is a little break. Hopefully there's enough time to recover. But what he's seen so far from Arsenal cannot have inspired much confidence in the boy. That much is for sure. And you've got a very limited window to convince the rest of the league that he is as dangerous as he clearly is. And we are wasting that opportunity again. What a top baller who's come on board. And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm fucking embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that he now knows our level. I was the first person that I know to call out Emery for the fucking fraudulence that I thought I was seeing. And that was during a 22-game unbeaten run. Arteta's got his work cut out to ever emulate what Emery did in a league season. I don't give a about an FA Cup. Listen, well done, lovely. That's beautiful. Wenger did 3 of those in 4 years and you still told him to fuck off. That's nothing to me, nothing. This club are fucking mid-table mediocrity embodied, yeah? The physical form, the tangible, touchable, treacherous fucking criminals that have let us down on many an occasion. And you bring this boy on and immediately you're throwing him in and giving him a disadvantage. You need to be called out. What's happened here? This is who we are. This is what we're focusing on. Yeah? This is what we're doing. Okay, that's good, as long as I know. Listen, in good news, there's great news. Gunnosaurus is back. Gunnosaurus is back. Everyone fucking rejoice. Listen, that is great. That's great for him. I know he is an Arsenal legend. The guy has been in. I think he's been in that suit for 27 years. It must stink. You know, hopefully they've washed it, given him a break. I just see more PR foolishness, really. You know, it's the typical, we need to respond to the whole Ozil thing. Get your fucking priorities in order, lads. This is great. It's great. I mean, does this mean fans can come back? That's what I want to know about. I want to know about fans, not fucking dinosaurs, mate. I do love a bit of Gunnosaurus, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. Anyhow, we will move on. It is a stressful conversation talking about the Os. We're going to touch back on it because I've got a lot of super chats and comments to go through. If you're new to the stream, please do drop the video a damn like. Breathe and breathe. Oh my good God. Jude Bellingham has been called up to the England squad for the first time following the withdrawal of James Ward-Prowse. Let's talk about this. Jude Bellingham, he's played 90 minutes of football for Borussia Dortmund. What the fuck is going on? Excuse my French, right? But am I dumb? Am I blind? Am I not watching football? What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, good God. How's that happened? Look, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like him. He's a good player. It's one for the future. However, seriously, lads, there are players who are doing it on a consistent basis at the top level, and they've been totally ignored. I'm not sure why Ross Barkley's been ignored. I know that Jack Grealish doesn't seem to be in Gareth Southgate's plans. It is quite confusing. However, let's just have a closer look. He was originally in the under-21 squad, but has been called up to the full England squad following the withdrawal of James Ward-Prowse. He is 17 years old. It is an incredible achievement. I don't want to take anything away from the kid because he is clearly doing big things. Of course, his number was retired by Birmingham after scoring 4 goals in 44 games. I'm not sure that retiring the shirt was that necessary, but they clearly see him as a future legend, and he will be an England player if things carry on in the way that they have been. However, he isn't old enough to drive in Germany, and he's now in the senior England squad after a £25 million move to Dortmund. None of the statistics are massively impressive, if I'm honest. However, I guess simply for the fact that he is 17, it is quite impressive. What do you think? 6th in the league in terms of possession, 1 in the middle third. That is quite good, actually. For a 17-year-old, that's actually amazing. Passes completed 14th. 14th for final third. Passes completed 17th for tackles and 36 for dribbles attempted. It leaves a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. Clearly, he is very talented, and it is a fantastic story. But because he's only completed 90 minutes of football for Dortmund, it does seem a little bit fraudulent calling him up to the senior squad when you've got players like Ross Barkley, James Maddison, who are doing absolute bits. Maybe not Maddison as much, but yeah. Barkley, I really do think he deserves the credit for what has been a fantastic move to Aston Villa. Let's have a look at the Premier League table as it stands. Of course, there is a little break now. We're going to have a talk about the internationals in a second. However, we leave this mad fixture list calendar clogged up to bits with Leicester City top after 8 games. Who would have thunk it? Brendan Rodgers really is doing bits, and it just I see the way that Leicester play. Even though they've got an amazing amount of injuries, they've had half the defence out for a while now. And you just got to believe that Brendan Rodgers is actually a top manager. There are doubts that he can get over the finishing line, that final hurdle. But it's consistent, really. Him dragging whoever he is behind to be there or thereabouts. And I'm a big fan of bits of their team. Look, they've made some incredible signings that have set them apart from the likes of Blackburn, who were a blip. They've made shrewd signings like Soyuncu, Pereira. The signings this season as well have been good. I'm a big fan of Tielemans. When Ndidi is there with him, I think it's one of the most balanced midfields in the Prem. And of course, up top, they have one of the most reliable guns going. 18 goals scored, 9 against. Tottenham in second. Oh boy. I think it has to be said that Jose Mourinho is playing some better style. A better style, a more pleasing style of football. It is much easier on the eye than he has been for quite some time. And this is one of his best squads, in my opinion. They really do have a chance of winning a trophy. And because they haven't done for so long, I guess the only thing that is in the back of my mind, again, is that the players may not know what it takes to get over the line. However, they've got a really good chance in the League Cup. It's almost a bye into the last 4, and then if you've got 2 games to win a trophy, that is as good a chance as ever before. I really am a big fan of Ndombele. He did something so special. I can't remember who the last game was against, but he did a move, and it was just confirmation that he is a true baller. And if that knee holds up, you got a player there. I think Harry Kane, again, needs a mention, if only because what I've realised is there's been a lot of hype about the way that he's changed his style of play. I don't think he's changed it that much, actually. I think he's been coming deep since the World Cup Southgate, even. What the difference is that the passing has improved, and also his teammates are slightly more clinical and they're finishing those chances. What a start to a season it's been for him. However, I do want to stress that they will be challenged by better opposition. Let's have a look. So far, we have seen a 1-0 win against West Brom. That's a must. A 2-1 win against Bournemouth, a must. A 1-0 win against Burnley, it's a must. And a draw against West Ham. The 6-1 battering of Manchester United is slightly deceptive, if only because of the red card and how that changed the game. But they did it, and that is something I can't take away from it, really. They're in a great position. 17 points after 8 games, level with Liverpool, who sit in 3rd and have coped quite well, in my opinion, with the injuries that they've suffered so far. Virgil van Dijk, clearly the huge one, but now that Trent is gone, we're going to have to see again how Jurgen Klopp can cope. I think he made a fantastic decision in dropping, what's his name? Curly haired Scouser, young kid, Curtis Jones, who didn't look 100% ready and was having to be babysat through the game more than Reece Williams, who was playing at centre-back. Henderson did a fantastic job in that Champions League game, showed his leadership skills and kept the ball moving like a controller does. Very impressive performance against a Gasperini side who I was really excited to see give Liverpool a game, and they were battered at home 5-0. Sensational scenes. But in the Prem, they have conceded 16 goals, and that much is a massive surprise. The only side who've conceded more goals, Leeds United and West Bromwich Albion. It's very much end-to-end stuff. It's a little bit like the NBA now, isn't it? Back and forth, back and forth. Everyone trying to hit each other on the break. And a team that is very good at that is Southampton, who I did say last year I was waiting to see Hasenhüttl and how they approach things. I think they are very lucky to have a manager who is as good a communicator and, you know, a tactician as he is, clearly, because the players that they have at their disposal are not on the level of all the clubs around them. And yeah, I think Southampton fans, you've got to be over the moon that you are, I think for the first time ever, we're top of the Premier League and are already there or thereabouts. And it is, lads, beginning to take shape. In 2 games, we will be more than a quarter of the way through the season. So it is very worrying when you see that Arsenal Football Club lie in 12th. After 8 games, 4 wins and 4 losses. And where I was slyly confident that Mikel Arteta was going to be able to guide us into a fantastic position for Christmas, I'm now slightly worried. If only because we're losing to opposition that we shouldn't be losing to, or just cannot afford to lose to. Fulham, Sheffield United and West Ham United, fantastic. Got to be done. Has to be 9 points. And was. Manchester City and Liverpool, I don't really expect anything, but if you can get anything fantastic, you got nothing. Okay, we move. After that, Leicester and Aston Villa are 2 clubs who've made fantastic starts and already have aspirations of European football this season. You cannot lose those games, and you've lost both without scoring a goal. Let's have a look at those stats again. It is now 6 hours and 26 minutes since Arsenal last scored a goal from open play in the Premier League. 6 hours and 26 minutes. And as a result, you look at Arsenal only having scored 9 goals. The defensive record is kind of irrelevant, isn't it? It's kind of irrelevant. It's been ruined by that battering. Olivier Watkins, shining for Villa, who lie in 6th after 7 games. Chelsea in 5th, only having lost once. They have scored the most goals in the league. and they look like they're beginning to take shape. The signing of Hakim Ziyech looks to be the final piece to the puzzle, really. And creatively, he has already set himself apart. It is actually amazing to see a left-footed player picking out beautiful passes, whipped crosses to the far post, threading it between the lines. A true visionary, a dribbler, a guy who's not afraid to go for goal. Fantastic to see. And he will continue to shine, especially with the amount of movement that is in and around him. The pace that they have at their disposal is frightening, and things have defensively been quite impressive. Only conceding 1 goal in the last 3 games. Thiago Silva looks like he may well be the best signing of them all for the Premier League, because he has got an incredible amount of experience, and to my knowledge he has really transitioned very well. He has actually been complaining, Thiago Silva, that there is too much heading of the ball in the English game, and that he's got a massive headache half the time. I found that quite interesting as well. I'm going to be going through the super chats very briefly, so if you have got any comments that you want to get in, now is your opportunity. Much love to everyone who is in the stream. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop the video a damn like with those freeloading fraudulent thumbs. It is much appreciated. Okay. Everton have slipped out of contention now, haven't they? 3 defeats in a row. The first time that Carlo Ancelotti's lost 3 in about 14 years. And I guess that shouldn't be a surprise. The fact that a club have employed a top-class manager does not mean that he is going to be able to bring the sensational record that he has on his CV to that club immediately. Yes, they've made some fantastic signings, but a couple of injuries really have scuppered the plan. And Manchester United took the game to Everton in a way that surprised me. Yes, you expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when under pressure, to bounce back. It's what he does have in his locker, bounce back ability. He appears to have those players ready to die for him when needed. And despite the fact that they find themselves in 14th, they do have a game in hand, which, if they were to win, could see them go all the way up to 7th. It's very early to be looking at this table and taking too much from it, but I tell you, it's not too far away from taking a shape that we will see continued for the rest of the year. At the bottom of the table, it is going to be a battle between these 4 clubs. Make no mistake about it. One of them's going to miss out and survive, but the rest of them are looking already finished. Sheffield United, 1 point from 8 games. Chris, mate, is finished. He's turned to the drink in his interviews. He's talking about Guinnesses, wines, whatever will get his head out of the game. He needs to get his head in the game and get these players playing for him, because they are giving up way too easily. They look supremely unfit, and they were dominated by Chelsea, despite taking the lead in a promising early 10 minutes. What Sheffield United was so good at, they've stopped doing completely. It's very strange to see. It's very odd. I don't really understand it. And they're going to have faith in a few of the new signings, or there's no point in having spent all the money on them. Burnley, to me, are the worst side in the Premier League, despite the fact that they are not bottom. Please don't take offence. That is just how I feel. Style of play is quite disgraceful, and I feel bad saying it, but I don't see what else he can do with the finances that they have. However, I'm going to need more, especially from the options that the 2 you're doing up top. They don't work. Why is Rodriguez on the bench? We can open up the game so much. It's very confusing. West Brom and Fulham both trying so hard to play football, and that I appreciate. I feel bad for Slaven Bilic, because it's a few times now this season where they've gone quite close and been pipped at the final in the final minutes. but it is a cutthroat league. It's going to be 3 of those 4. I still think that we may well see one of these 3 force Fulham back into it. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by any of them, if I'm honest. Anyway, let's move on to the super chats. Let's have a little word by the fire on this late night. Thank you so much for joining me. Absolute honour to have so many frauds in the chat. Let's go through it. My sons. The story of Doc says, Hugh, why do you insist on using chip shot in FIFA? That's a strange question, mate. Well, it's flamboyance, isn't it? I'm a true baller, and despite the fact that the fire seems to be going out, the fire is alive and burning and kicking inside. It's just what we do, right? Scoop turns, yeah? Croquetas, yeah? Roundhouses. I mean, I'm all about the flamboyance. There's no crossing, heading. It's pass master FC, slip it in behind, dink it over the keeper. Love it. Yeah? Beautiful. Much love for getting involved anyhow. Shannon Cregan says, retweet the fraud for more fraudulence. Indeed, if you are looking to get yourself a follow from your boy, all you got to do is go over and retweet my pinned tweet on Twitter. I will be following 5 frauds in 5 minutes. You know what to do. Much love to your mothers if you have already done that. Anyhow, much love to the mods in the chat as well, doing the Lord's work. I see you. I appreciate you. We are one. Join us in the Discord if you're new to the stream as well. We are constantly talking fraudulence of all topics over there. Urek Mazzino says nothing. He is the newest member of the True Fraud Gang Members Club. Welcome, my son.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
You are massively appreciated. As is Aaron Roden, who says, thoughts on Derby at the bottom of the championship? Well, they're struggling without Frank, aren't they? Really? No, in all seriousness, I really feel like a lot of clubs are really going to feel the brunt of the pandemic, but it can't all be blamed on that, right? Derby County. What's going on here, mate? Your flames, your furious flames of fire keep running out. Massively fraudulent. Listen, fire will be replaced if it runs out, mate. The logs, what is it? What's going on? Logs are wet? Is it raining? Coming through the chimney? Incredible scenes. Yeah. Hugh, my son, you definitely drew inspiration from Al Murray, the pub landlord, in your delivery. That is so funny you say that. I've actually met him, and it was one of the funniest moments of meeting a celebrity. Très intéressant, my son. Shadid Khan says, hello Hugh, Chelsea fan here. Hello mate, goodbye. How you doing? I think we can all agree on this hype around Spurs being fraudulent. If anyone should be a dark horse for the title, it's Chelsea. It pains me to say, but if Chelsea aren't in the title race, then there is a problem. So, yes. How much is a given? You cannot tell me that you can add all these quality players. They've basically bought a whole new squad. You cannot tell me that if he gets them to gel, that they are not going to be there or thereabouts. No way. They've already shown that they can hang with the big guns. My feeling is that I don't know. I think a couple more big tests are needed before we can really tell. However, you can't really criticise, especially if the likes of Arteta and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are getting away with it. So far, he's doing okay. However, he's being backed. He's being backed, and he should be doing okay. So I'm not going over the moon about that. I'm not blowing my trumpet about that, because I really do expect them to be there. Right? Let's have a look at Chelsea and what they've done. Massive frauds, aren't they? Fucking ruining my life. They've actually stolen all the glory from Arsenal. That's the fact of the matter. Look, the best signing they've made and the most impressive guy, I haven't even mentioned him, I reckon is the good goalkeeper. Edouard Mendy. He is immense. This man is absolutely huge. He, in terms of presence, in terms of the size of his hands, and he's conceded 1 goal in 3 games now, and he's looked like a real leader. He communicates. He's okay with the ball at his feet. Probably more comfortable than Kepa, I think. And look, I mean, look at that. The amazing, how good must it be? Do you know? Oh, mate, look at those players. Incredible footballers. Kai Havertz, wow, beautiful. Coming good. Don't know when. Oh, it says there. That's brilliant. November the 19th he's expected back. Coronavirus, they're calling it. Yeah. Okay. Well, they clearly don't want him involved in the international break. But regardless, hope that he gets better. Maybe he's asymptomatic, like most people are. Timo Werner. 60-odd million. Cool. N'Golo Kante. Christian Pulisic. Jorginho. Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount. So the new signings, where are the new ones? That's what I want. Current season's transfers. Here we go. Okay, so in total spent £222.5 million, and they've done some quite good business from the looks of things, because Ben Chilwell is a huge upgrade on Marcos Alonso, that much is for sure. He looks like he's really coming into his own at the club, and, you know, I guess we were waiting to see whether Leicester City was holding him back. Question marks about, you know, him defensively, I guess. But so far, he looks like quite a polished left-back. This is the most impressive forward player out of all of them, who is the best passer out of them, I think. And just some of the deliveries in the last game. Who was the last game against? Sheffield United. Just beautiful crosses, beautiful. Especially when you're watching. Yeah, I'm watching Willian. Oh, I'm watching Willian. And that is the fucking most fraudulent thing about this. Oh God. Here we are getting we're Chelsea's younger brother. We are Chelsea's younger brother. Because when he's done with his clothes, yeah, he goes out and buys the fresh garments. Maybe his mum, that's his mum and dad are buying him all the fresh garments. Yeah, the new Prada outfits, new football kits. He uses them. Yeah, uses them. He gets all the, you know, gets all the girls. He gets all the fucking. He looks great. He does the Instagram. And when he's done with the clothes, right, he takes them to the charity shop. But before he does that, he says to his little brother, "Do you need a new jumper?" To be honest, I'm kind of sick of the hand-me-downs, lads. Who is the next Chelsea player that Arsenal are going to sign? And how close to retirement will he be? These are the pivotal questions. Yeah? These are the pivotal questions. Do you understand what Arsenal fans have had to live through? Whole windows where we've signed Petr Cech as our star. That's the star signing. No, not star signing. Only signing. Only. This is the plan. This is how we move forward. Is it incredible? Holding us back with these Chelsea fucking rejects. Chelsea legends, yeah, who are no longer. Do you know the funniest thing as well? I have read a report that Petr Cech has actually scouted Edouard Mendy for Chelsea whilst he was still an Arsenal player. Sorry, what? How does that work? Does that mean you were actually a Chelsea employee during your time at Arsenal? There is no way on this great green blue planet that you can try to convince me that a man who has solidified his legendary status at one London club over many a year, over a decade, winning all the trophies that the game has to offer, quite literally, all of them, who bleeds blue and is considering retirement can offer the club that is actually a rival the level that is required to achieve success. Who is behind this? I get it in an emergency. That's fantastic. In an emergency, you need cover. Maybe like it's a little bit like a David Luiz, if you like. That could work out. It could work out. Emergency stopgaps, plug in holes. But no, clearly not. This is the plan. This is the plan. Meanwhile, down the King's Road. Meanwhile, we need a replacement. Bang, there's your replacement. We need a new centre forward. Bang, there's your centre forward. New attacking mid. Bang. New winger. Bang. New left back. Bang. New centre back. Bang. Send him out on loan. He's not ready yet. Get the real one. Bang. Huh? How do you compete with this? Because I look at the starting 11 that Mikel Arteta has just played with, losing to Aston Villa. And it's the same side. It's the same side that frauded Unai Emery out of his job. Minus what? 1-2 players. 1-2 difference. Willian. Yes, Chelsea should be competing for the title. It would be disgraceful for them not to be. Because this is career mode stuff. What do we need? We need a new team. Here you go. Let's see it. Do your worst. That's what basically happens. And it is a slightly poisoned chalice for Frank Lampard, because if he doesn't get it right, I have no doubt that Roman Abramovich will get ruthless and look for someone who has more experience. However, if he gets it right, Frank Lampard will go down as, wow, mate. He's being given a helping hand, yes. But there's still huge competition. This season, though, of all the seasons, the transitional effect of all these clubs, that they find themselves in these positions where things are precariously placed. There's injuries left, right and centre. The fixture list is clogging up. Can we do all these competitions? This is a great opportunity for somebody here to take advantage of it. And Chelsea are very finely placed already. Fixtures next up: Newcastle United, and then Tottenham, then Leeds, then Chelsea, then Everton, then Wolves. A few difficult games there. The Spurs game is going to be epic. Chelsea against Tottenham. That will be a fantastic game of football. I mean, I say that now, it'll probably be a 0-0, but the likelihood is that will give us another pointer. 29th of November. 18 days. Not long. I need this football back, though. 21st of November is when we're all coming back. It's a little bit fraudulent, this international break. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Anyway, as we move into... It's your time. It is actually your time. Gangstar 1994 says, Hugh, this club is broke. Zaha and Ziyech openly wanted Arsenal. We then buy Pepe for more money and don't play him. Joke shop. Ali Khan says, thoughts on Poshtino to Manchester United. I don't think he's going to go to Manchester United right now, to be honest. I think Rio Ferdinand actually did an interview yesterday where he said he has it on from a very, very good source that is not going to be happening. I don't know whether Rio is to be trusted, but he was obviously very keen on giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as long a contract as he wanted. I don't know that Pochettino's is the answer either, if I'm totally honest. Ollie Taylor says, Hugh, you're a legend, mate. Fraud gang. Much love, Ollie. You're an absolute legend yourself. VOV says, Mr. Fraud, been seeing some people upset that Tammy Abraham is in over Callum Wilson. But it's worth noting that Tammy has a goal an assist every 59 minutes so far. Très intéressant. That is very interesting. Tammy Abraham is actually essential to getting the best out of Timo Werner. He's been massively disrespected at the beginning of the season by Frank Lampard, especially after dragging Chelsea to Champions League football last season with Mason Mount, who is obviously integral to what they do as well. And I'm happy to see him included. He has earned it. There's no doubt in my mind that if we can credit Frank Lampard for the managerial moves that he's making at Chelsea, having made the move up from the Championship, Tammy Abraham deserves every bit of credit himself. I think he got 14 Premier League goals last season, and it was integral to what they did. He is an improved option on Olivier Giroud now, because Olivier Giroud has been declining. In terms of physicality especially, Tammy puts the work in and he gets results, so fair play to him. Elijah Cluley says, love the channel. Thoughts on the media targeting Greenwood lately? Seems like they've got their new targets. Indeed, Mason Greenwood is coming in for a lot of stick. People are talking about him needing to see a sports psychologist, that his head isn't fully in the game. And I've heard rumours that he's hanging out with some rappers. And, you know, I would find it very difficult myself as a 19-year-old who had been thrown under the bus during the England little escapade, let's say the extracurricular activities that he's got up to. He's a kid. And I don't see Philip Foden getting the same treatment, if I'm honest, and I do wonder why. However, I will read you this report, which says here, and I do find this quite interesting as well, Mason Greenwood apparently annoyed Bruno Fernandes by making one of his passes look bad. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to this. Me, myself, and I do raise an eyebrow whenever I read articles like this, but I do think it's important, if only because it highlights the kind of favoritism that people have for their superstars, who obviously are doing all the bits and taking all the penalties and whatnot. And Bruno Fernandes is the golden boy right now, who has been kind of lauded with this attitude of, I can be the captain and I'm not going to accept this. And it's fantastic, especially when you're seeing the results backing that up on the pitch. However, it is in the times where we have first seen this report coming out. I'll read it to you. It says, there is growing concern at Manchester United about the application of Mason Greenwood in training. Performing poorly in training on Friday, left out of the squad for United's victory the following day. Now, some people have said that this could be because he was feeling unwell. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in fact, citing illness as the reason for his absence, saying he wasn't feeling well last night. He looked well in training, but reported not well and couldn't travel. There have been other reports that he has been oversleeping and missing training and is not focusing fully on the responsibility that he has as a Manchester United player. However, media love a target, and he is an easy one, especially after what happened with England. If things do start to go downhill, you are going to see him put in front of the public more, I guess, because everyone loves a scapegoat. And if Manchester United aren't doing exactly what they should be, and if they have got their new toys, they're doing well with the likes of Cavani scoring on his debut, he may well be in for a rocky road. Creative username says Papa John's Trophy. Thoughts? Oh, dear, dear, dear. I mean, look, we've had the Carabao Cup, the Littlewoods Cup, the Milk Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup, the Carling Cup. Papa John's Trophy is... it's the end of football, isn't it, really? It is actually over. It's... We need money. That's what it is. Everyone needs money, don't they? They love more money. They're so greedy, they love more money. We'll sell out to the highest bidder, including... I mean, what has football got to do with pizza? Is it... I guess they're just milking it for fans who are stuck at home ordering on one of these sites, you know, where you get the takeaway food. I mean, they're great. They are great. I thoroughly enjoy not having to cook. It's just sad scenes, though, isn't it? It's not really the class of name that you would like to represent. But has it been for a while? I mean, it's been the St Johnstone's Paint Trophy for a while, isn't it? Or what? Johnston? I can't even remember. The other one? Not Screwfix Trophy, was it? What was it? Oh, Wicks. Is it Wicks or something like that? I mean, look, it's just, yeah. I mean, it is cheesy, yes, it is. But money rules the world. Money rules everything, doesn't it? So yeah, that's that. Creative username. Hope you're well anyway. Thanks for getting involved. Dylan Taylor says Hassan Hüttl is my choice for the United job from a United fan. Hassan Hüttl, we have talked about briefly today. One of the most exciting managers out there, especially with the tools that he's got at his disposal. It's kind of amazing that he's been able to get them to where they are right now, and how they have bounced back since that madness against Leicester that everyone seems to go on about is impressive. They believe in him, they work for him, and he's got some little signings that are, I mean, they're smart. They are smart. Che Adams, he's really stuck. He's stuck with that, and it's worked despite the fact that they've been missing Ings. They're bang on it. Walcott's getting goals and assists. It's, you know, I mean, it all seems to be happening. You see, Walcott, he really does seem to be thriving at Southampton as well. He's enjoying the fact that he is back at this club, which he probably left, or feels like he left prematurely. Eleazar Albiter says, excited to see Martinelli back. Yes, I guess. I do worry that Arsenal fans are relying on a teenager coming back to save them. Are we about to throw another special talent under the bus? Especially if we're playing a style of football under which Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is on course to score 3 goals in a 38-game season. I'm worried about the style of play that we're employing and whether that is going to make him look bad as well. I would hope that we wouldn't want to ruin another young talent, because so far I'm seeing the likes of Ainsley Maitland-Niles being forced out of the picture, Bukayo Saka struggling to get games, Reece Nelson not involved at all or whatsoever. Our most expensive sign in the history of the club sat on the bench making it warm for fucking 80 minutes of a game, whilst this Brazilian nonce does absolutely fuck all up top. It is all interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting, but I hope that we would be able to get our act together before it rubs off on the Brazilian, because he looks like a special talent. Young King, much love to your mother for getting involved, Eleazar. Young King says, do you think Arsenal will ever hear the Champions League music again? I hope so. I said before the season it's got to be top 4 for Arteta, otherwise I don't know what we're doing. You know, that we made rules for Unai Emery, didn't we? We set very high standards. Unai Emery, should we have a look at the La Liga? Should we have a look at La Liga table? Unai Emery, of course, who is now working with Villarreal. Francis Coquelin, beautiful. Francis Coquelin doing bits, yeah? Doing bits, body and dons in La Liga, yeah? That's right. La Liga, you can see the table, obviously, is slightly warped because the likes of Atleti have only played 7 games. However, Villarreal second in the table. Unai Emery is doing bits. It is, it's a funny old game. It's a funny old game. Young King, Arsenal have got a long way to go to hear Champions League music again, my fraudulent friend. I'm sorry to say this, but despite the fact that you have been getting some victories over some big clubs, despite the fact that he's won himself a trophy very impressively in the first 6 months of being at the club. Decisions are what create your future path. The choices that you make define you as a person, as a man, as a woman. He is making the choice to be a defensive manager, despite the nature of the opposition, regardless of who we are facing. And as a result, is stifling some incredibly attacking talent that we have seen pick up, for example, Golden Boots. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is a Golden Boot winner. Arsenal have not scored an open play goal for 6.5 hours, despite the fact that they have a Golden Boot winner in their side. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. Forcing Lacazette into the side. How long is this going to continue? forcing Lacazette into the side. Forcing Lacazette. Forcing it. It's uncomfortable to listen to, isn't it? Because you can see on a consistent basis, he can't score from inside the goal. So why are we doing that again? We're trying it again. So we're having like 2 shots per game. Yeah, 2 shots per game. So you need clinical. We're crossing it in. We're crossing it in blindly as well for headers to a dwarf in the middle. 5'3", 5'1", 4'8". He's 3'6", and we're crossing it into his head. To be fair to the little boy, yeah, little boy, you're not a man. You're not a man. Not with those fingernails, bro. No. Boys to men, yeah. You got to grow through that stage. Sorry. To be fair to him, he's got his head on the end of this, yeah. And somehow, I don't know how the fuck you did that, mate. I'm actually very impressed with how the fuck you have managed to blast this header over the bar. So, oh, wow. Oh, no. Hold on a second now. When I saw this opportunity, Kieran Tierney swinging it in from the left-hand side. Look at this Don's face. He knows. He knows that he is being replaced on a consistent basis by a child. Yeah? Why do you think that is, bro? Why are you being replaced by a child who is not really the most coordinated of footballers? Let's be honest. The legs have gone. The knees have gone. He's working hard, but he's making it look hard as well. And his average position is in midfield next to Thomas Partey. Yeah? So I'm hearing people saying, oh, drop him to centre forward. He can play in the number 10 role. He's already fucking playing in the number 10 role, you absolute prick. The number 10 role is actually, he's going further back. He's playing an 8. Tactics. Because I know that someone, somewhere, can get something out of our squad. I know they can. These are the choices that we have made. This is who we are trying to be. You see there in the corner, over here. You see this? That is our captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yeah? Pierre-Emerick fucking Aubameyang, who seems to have disappeared since he signed that new deal, doesn't he? Where's this Don gone? What's happened to him? He looks like he's aged about 15 years in a week. What is going on? He's looking over at his boy, who he has blatantly worked hard to keep at this club, because I'm sure that we had the chance to sell Lacazette. Aubameyang will have put that as part of his deal. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I will stay, but you're going to have to entertain my boy, yeah? Because we've got a thing going. That's part of this. They're boys. They're brothers. They look out for each other. And Aubameyang is trying his best to stay confident whilst this guy's up top missing sitters from 2 yards. But you can see from the look on his face that he's going, oh, is he for... You see this Don who's got his arse in my face right now? Yeah, take your ass out my face, you fucking fraud. Yeah. Emiliano Martinez. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, lads. Emiliano Martinez. What a goalkeeper. Incredible. What a goalkeeper. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Well done, mate. Well done. You know, in life, the decisions that you make will define the man that you are. It's looking like a good choice, this, so far, mate. I read a report where he had said in the interview, I feel like this is a step up. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's come back to the Emirates, yeah? Where he spent 10 long, hard, arduous years not being respected, not being played, laughed at, unused. He's come back, given the opportunity, yeah? Shining when Arsenal needed him most. Dragging Arsenal to an FA Cup trophy. Yeah? Beautiful confidence to come and collect the ball from crosses. Wonderful handling. The shot stopping is one thing. I'm seeing people talk about Bernd Leno shot stopping. Oh, fucking clueless. You're clueless. Anyone can. I can do that. I can stop shots and parry them into the middle of the park. You real dons who are actual class goalkeepers. They grip the ball. Sticky dons. Yeah. He's a footballer too. He's a footballer. He can pass the ball with confidence. He knows when to pass it and when to throw it. I think he got himself an assist against Arsenal, or at least a pre-assist. He's intelligent. Speed of thought. I used to question whether we'd sold the wrong goalkeeper. It's not a question anymore. He's come to the Emirates. First time back. First time back at the old school. Yeah? He's walking up to teachers and slapping them. Yeah? Slapping them. That's what's happened. You've been embarrassed. I hope you're embarrassed. I hope someone at the club has seen that you have made the decision to cash in for less. May I add, less, because you would have got more for Leno. Yeah? You would have got more. You've made the decision to cash in. He's come back. He's duppied you. Clean sheet. 3-0. Shut up. Sit down. 3 points for us. None for you. Back to pressure town for you. And we go up and say, are you mad? This is elite. This is an elite mentality, lads. You don't want to give me the opportunity at this banter club when I've just given you trophies. You want to replace me. I mean, you can't. No, hold on. What? I'm off. I'm going to do my bit on my own and watch me rise. Watch me succeed because I will work hard. Fair play, lads. Fair play. You've done well. Fair play. I respect it. I respect it. Fuck this. Fuck this. What am I hanging around here for? To be disrespected and sit on the bench? To collect wages? No, I've been collecting wages for 10 years. I want to play football. He's doing it. Well played. Well played. Beautiful. Beautiful scenes. I respect it. Ollie Watkins next. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. I told you, fucking frauds. I told you. Who are we scouting in the summer? We'll do championship scouting over the next 2 months. This Don's already been scouted. This Don's already been on the career mode path. This Don's already proved himself on a consistent basis. He's working towards being a complete striker who will be in the question, in the conversation for England time soon enough. You cannot tell me that Callum Wilson is playing for England when this Don isn't. You can't. It's not possible. The hold-up play, huh? The strength. The simple pass it up. Embarrassed. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. So well done. So well done. Oh, mate. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful centre-forward play. That someone on our team, little fucking bald, receding hairline, French Smurf, Rick Ross fraud, yeah? You need to have a look at this. And then I realised, you know what? He's not even got a chance. This is superior. This is superiority. He's got superior DNA. He's like a foot taller. He's like 15 miles an hour faster. He's got about 10 years on him. He can score with both feet. Head. He's got hunger, yeah? Intensity, tenacity, aggression, control. He's actually working towards being a complete striker. We've got like a quarter of a striker. He's not really a striker, is he? Because he doesn't score goals. So even that, yeah? He may well be Arsenal's top scorer. So we've got a goal scorer who doesn't score goals, who's our top scorer. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Brentford have got a thing. I know he was at Exeter beforehand, but Brentford have got a thing. The money ball of football, they're taking risks on players who are outperforming their maybe underperforming their numbers and are capable of giving better numbers for lower prices. It's smart. And it's what clubs who are complaining about having financial restrictions should be doing. Yet here we are, splashing the cash on £72 million substitutes who we clearly have no interest in using, despite the fact, may I add, that they are outperforming 9 out of 10 of our players. Why? What? I gotta say this. What's Willock got to do to get in the squad? What's he got to do to get in there? What is this? Reece Nelson. Why didn't you send him on loan if you weren't going to use him? Saliba. I'm sorry, there's a whole list of questions that need asking. And as far as Ollie Watkins goes, the question is, who the fuck missed this? 15 mil. That's... Huh? 3 Watkins adds up to about a Lacazette, you're saying? Stop it. You don't know what you're doing, obviously. You don't know what you're doing. Because if I can spot him, yeah? If I can see this mother, why can't you? Because you're not doing your job, yeah? I do my job. Do you? Clearly not. Sorry about the... sorry. Will Arsenal ever see the Champions League music again? Listen, mate, the Champions League may not exist by the time Arsenal get back in there, so... I dare. Daniel Munibes. Thank you so much for getting involved in the Super Chat. Much love to your mother. Charlie DiMatteo says, thoughts on West Ham's start? Oh, God. When West Ham's start has been more impressive than Arsenal Football Club's, I know you've got something to worry about. When West Ham are playing more cohesive football than Arsenal Football Club, there is something to worry about. When West Ham have a more elite centre forward, and I kid you not, there's no sarcasm to this whatsoever. Mikel Antonio is scoring fucking overhead kicks against £60 million Ruben Diaz. When Manchester... Are you... West Ham drew with Manchester City, and you have the cheek to disrespect them. You have the cheek to not put the respect on Mikel Antonio's name. Antonio's doing flip-flaps around defenders. I'm not seeing Lacazette doing anything except wear flip-flops on the subs bench. Bowen looks like a confident player. Cresswell, his most creative season of all time. Masuaku, true baller. Declan Rice, not going to lie, slightly overrated, but will be a great centre-back and is controlling some games. Souček, it's a sensational signing. It looks like Moyes' new Fellaini with more actual skill. It's so... When West Ham played Arsenal, they hit the crossbar, I think, 3 times. They actually dominated large periods of the game, and take it from me, they were the better team on the day. Yeah? I don't care about this, hit him on the break and score a random goal. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. The result is one thing. It's fantastic if they keep happening as well. But like I said at the beginning, I called Unai Emery out during a 22-game unbeaten run for what I believed to be incredible fraudulence, even though he was quite clearly dragging us through the mud. Arteta's got to fix up sharpish. It does not take 3 years to translate a philosophy or a style of play to a football club, because it took Brendan Rodgers 3 weeks for me to see visible evidence that there was progression in the style of play. Please do not insult the intelligence or the eyes that football fans have by playing this deep, low block, sideways, backwards, fraudulent stuff that I am falling asleep to on a consistent basis and having to pay through the fucking neck to watch. You're killing it for me. You're killing it for me. Take a risk. Be a fucking man. Stand up to your fear and go get it. Not this shook ones standing behind. Don't get me started on Ceballos. What I saw from Ceballos was a fucking embarrassment. And if you are listening to this, you need to have a look at yourself, mate. Yeah? Why are you hiding when you are paid handsomely to get involved? Why are you hiding when you're telling us that you should be playing at Real Madrid and for Spain, and you are pointing and shirking responsibility by not making yourself available? I see you. We all see you. What's happened with Bellerin? What's happened with Bellerin? What's happened with Bellerin? What's happened with Hector Bellerin? What has happened with Hector Bellerin when I'm looking at Aston Villa's right back? Oh, wow. Nottingham Forest boy. Yeah? Nottingham Forest boy. From Nottingham Forest. Yeah? Cash. Straight cash. Cold hard cash. Getting the job done. Cash rules everything. Cash, oh, fucking hell, it really does rule everything around Arsenal. Especially anyone that's trying to take him on. Arsenal's right back is not half the player that Aston Villa's right back is. These are the fucking facts. These are the facts. These are the facts. You got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. I've seen it. Oh, mate. I've seen his ankles get broken a number of times, baby. A number of times. You know what he does well? He does fashion well. He does fashion well. Yeah. I love the way he's worked back from an injury. I gave him the chance. I gave him a moment. He actually looked much improved for a minute. What I've learned about this football club and these players especially is that they cannot be trusted. And despite the fact that they may well give you 1 or 2 good games in a row, trust me, bro, when it actually matters, they're going to let you down. They're going to let you down. Just the same way that they let Wenger down. Just the same way that they let Emery down. And just the same way they're letting themselves down. West Ham, banging. Banging start. Banging start. Wow, incredible. Didn't West Ham beat Leicester 3-0? Broke them down. Yeah? David Moyes. David Moyes. Beautiful. Daniel, much love, mate. Much love. You're massively appreciated. He says, much love from the DMV here in the US. You are my go-to guy for football fraudulence analysis, my son. Philip Imran says, what is your top 4 for this season in the Premier League? I don't have a clue. I still think Liverpool are going to win the league, but you know, I think that's about as far as I'll go with it. Chelsea should be there or thereabouts as well, baby. I don't want to hear any excuses. A. Briggs says, thoughts on possible England lineups and score predictions for the next few games. It is, of course, international break. When are England playing? I think they're playing on Thursday, aren't they? England against Ireland on, is that Friday or Thursday? On Thursday, England against Ireland. Oh, fantastic to see. You love to see it. 2 old enemies meeting for the first time since 2015. 4 of England's last 6 matches to be played behind closed doors have produced under 1.5 total match goals. Again, we are suffering from the fraudulence of Gareth Southgate. It would be very interesting to see whether Ireland can get the better of England. I think a lot of people would turn on Southgate if that was to be the case. However, we're likely to see some big changes, wholesale changes. Bereket Mihretu. Hugh, what do you think about Liverpool's new training ground? I think it's obviously going to be fantastic. The facilities, the quality of everything looks incredible. However, history says, you know, and should say that Melwood will always have a special place for Liverpool fans. I was just looking through some pictures day before yesterday as people were saying goodbye, and it's amazing to see old school shots of manager talking to these players up against a wall whilst you've got kids who are fans watching down on the coaching session. And it's another example of how the game has changed so much. When I was young, when I was young, I can remember players hanging out of the changing room at Highbury and, you know, shouting, cheering, singing songs. There were players that would go to local pubs and talk to journalists, and you could go over and say hello without it being a thing. It was a community game. That is dead. That is completely dead in the water now. And, you know, whilst the training ground is going to improve so much, there is something about the nostalgic element and the loss of the memories that is kind of sad. It's the same to me, or it brings back the same thing of like Highbury to Emirates. It's just sad. It's just sad. Soulless, plastic, cheapened, and yeah. What can you do? Anyway, Ulrich Mazzino. I mean, in terms of the positivity from it, it's great. Like, that shows how far Liverpool are going, how much backing they've got, and the future is bright for the kids that are going to be playing on these beautiful carpets day in, day out. Ulrich Mazzino says, in 2 years, Thiago Silva to Arsenal confirmed. You're laughing. Don't laugh, because it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I think what we should really be doing is looking at the super agents who Arsenal are involved in and who is on their books, because those will be Arsenal's next signings, and also which Chelsea players are on their way out or approaching the end of their careers, because obviously they will be an attractive proposition for Arsenal, or Arsenal will be an attractive proposition for them, which the club will entertain because they seem to be fucking mucks. Anyhow, Kevin Ford, I mean, when has that ever worked out well? Can you give me an example as to when that's worked out well? You're taking a second, the hand-me-down budget thing. What can we do there? What can we do? Give me some examples of when that has worked. Kevin Ford says, Hugh, Chelsea have this one French striker who's better than Lacazette. Arsenal should look to sign him. I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about Olivier Giroud? Good God. Strikers aren't the problems, bro. We've got two guys who are capable of scoring goals, especially one of them is a fucking Golden Boot winner. What are we doing? Playing him on the wing. Wing! He plays at wing back. I'm seeing our best striker playing at wing back. No, sorry. Not for me. Ubermelon says Frank Lampard put forward a 3-year plan. This year was the rebuild. Next year was challenging for the title. I'd take that. That's understandable. You got fucking 10 players to make gel, and it's going to take more than a season to get it all ticking. I could understand that. However, I think they're good enough players that it won't take that long. And I think they should be challenging this season, especially because it's not like last year. You don't actually have the 30 points to make up that I was kind of presuming that would happen. It's not going to be like that. Everyone's dropping points. Everyone will lose to everyone, and they should be there or thereabouts. No fucking excuses. I don't want to hear about 3-year plans. Arteta's got a 3-year plan. You got 3 years, because every window you get one player. Yeah. Chelsea, you're getting 11 players a window. There's no 3-year plan about that. No. Now. It's now. Sorry, it's now. It's now or next season at the very latest. Otherwise, you got to be gone. Finished. King Elisar says, out of context, fraud lord, but for Euros 2021, who's your number 9 to pick for England? Harry Kane, Danny Ings, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Watkins, Wilson, Bamford, Greenwood, Rashford. Wow. Number 9. I don't think you can look past Harry Kane, to be honest. I really don't. I don't think they will. I think that's the most important thing about it. Doesn't really matter what I think. There's a lot of competition there. That's good. True competition. I would say the only ones really in the running are probably Kane, Rashford, and one of the rest. XGL says, Arsenal haven't needed big money signings for success. Thierry Henry is a great example of that. We no longer have a Wenger-esque manager. Believe in Mikel, though. Well, that's actually massively fraudulent, XGL, because if anything, Mikel Arteta has shown us during his tenure at the club is that he is very Wenger-like in terms of his stubbornness, unwillingness to change. I'm sorry to say that. That's a fucking fraudulent comment, and you will be exposed. Block him right now. No, actually, don't block him because he's super chatting. All right, we won't block him. XGL, Wenger-esque. He is clarified by saying, and by Wenger-esque, I mean pioneering, game-changing. What are you seeing that's pioneering or game-changing here so far? I guess it's game-changing in terms of the fact that he's given the defence more stability. We've got more respect in the mainstream media because we're more difficult to beat. But are we more difficult to beat? We've lost 4 in a row. How many have we lost in a row? I'm losing count of the matches we've lost in a row. Rohan Vaya says we could have got Van der Beek and Ziyech instead of Pepe. Just look, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. Dylan Taylor says, love from down under, mate. Outside the box thinking here, but I take Hasenhüttl at United, one of the best pressing and chance creation sides in Europe. There you go. You heard it from the man himself, Dylan Taylor, on the ball. Adam Schuff has said, I'm off to have some kip. Good night, people. Adam, you've probably gone by now, but much love to your mother for getting involved. SA says, what has Lacazette got on Arteta? He must have nudes or something, mate, because he's missing open goals from 2 yards out on a regular basis and still starts every... I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the contract. Maybe he wouldn't have signed a new contract without minutes. You certainly get the feeling that Willian's contract is got something in there to do with game time or starts. I have actually read a very trustworthy source who has done a report on Kia Joorabchian's time at Inter Milan and how he forced De Boer to play the signings that were on his books and maintained that if they didn't get starting minutes, that he would have the manager thrown out of the club. The club, however, threw Kia out of Inter, and he is now Arsenal's problem. Yes, indeed. George Topozoglu, much love to your mother. He is the newest member of the True Fraud Gang Members Club. You are massively appreciated. Michael Shekels has said, hot take, cold throne. Leeds are going down, says Michael, and Zaha would have been a better buy than Pepe. I mean, both could happen. Yeah, Leeds could well go down. I think for Leeds United, survival, like coming 17th, 18th, 19th, yeah, 17th. That's a successful year. All you need is to maintain Premier League status and you've had a good year. Don't listen to all these guys who are getting gassed because you're losing. It doesn't... What? Leeds have not been in the Prem for like 16, 17 years. No one cares that you're losing, bro. You're going to lose the odd game. That's fine. They're entertaining us. They play a high-energy, high-intensity football that keeps fans happy and keeps chances being created regularly. They're going to score goals. They're going to concede a lot of goals as well, yes, but if they take their chances, like fucking Patrick Bamford missing headers from 2 yards out as well, then they can get things against the likes of Leicester City. Zaha would have been a better buy than Pepe. Well, you know, the funny thing is, man, Unai Emery wanted Zaha. He didn't want Pepe. And I feel like Pepe's been massively disrespected by 3 managers in succession now, with Unai Emery, Freddie Ljungberg, and now Mikel Arteta, all just leaving him to rot in the cup games against these fucking part-time electricians. But there's a little bit of me which says, yeah, I think Zaha may well have been able to hit the ground running faster, that he may well have wanted to perform for Arsenal, desperately begging us to sign him. But, you know, what does that mean now? We are where we are. We haven't got Zaha. We've got Pepe. And you know what? We don't even fucking play him. So what is the point in worrying about Zaha? Would Zaha get in the team above Aubameyang? You think Arteta would do that? I don't know. Would we see Aubameyang playing up top, or would he continue to force Willian and Lacazette into the side as well? Making our most elite striker, one of the most elite goal scorers in European football, an actual myth. He is on course to score 3 goals in 38 games. The Golden Boot winner, 3 goals in 38 games. He's got 1 goal from open play in 7 games. 1 goal. No, 8 games. 1 goal in 8 games. 1 goal in 8 games. Aubameyang. Are you serious? No. What's happening here? What's happened? Guna Eagle Eye, what's going on, my son? Chiggy says, man like 419, head of frauds. Hughwizzy, keep doing your thing, G. Much love to you, my brother. Yasir Saeed saying, let me ask you a question. How did everyone miss Wesley Fofana? Ross Barkley looks like a baller, A lot of players went under the radar. Indeed, we have touched upon William Saliba's absence from Arsenal in general. We're wondering why Wesley Fofana has been able to slot straight into a Leicester City side who've had defensive issues and look like he's been there for years. He is playing years ahead of his age, mature beyond belief, and given a chance at under 21 international level, alongside the likes of who? Matteo Guendouzi. Management and being a successful coach is as much about the tactics as it is about the man management. And what we're seeing evidence of here already is that Mikel Arteta is, much like the rest of them, struggling with his man management skills. Otherwise, he would have been able to sort out a situation where Guendouzi could still feature. We have somehow managed to devalue Guendouzi from a player who was rated by the CISE, or whatever they're called, at £70 million about 7 months ago, to a player who's probably worth about 20, if that now. But still features regularly for the French international setup at his level. Fofana's in there too. And in terms of Premier League performances so far, he's been one of the most impressive defenders in the league. He's capable of driving forward and carrying the ball. And it is a question on every Arsenal fan's mind as to why he can do it, yet Saliba can't. We want to see him. I have no idea, apart from the fact that we know that Saliba has lost his mother, is going to have been grieving, and probably still is, you know, maybe not all there. This has got to be in terms of the football, though, as well. It's got to be something to do with the football. And from what we understand, he's not ready yet. Arteta has said he would have preferred him to go out on loan. He's actually come out and disrespected the whole damn thing recently by saying that he's fed up with the whole situation, which I thought was just madly disrespectful to the player. A player who was dependent on the manager giving him the opportunity. You're not trying to tell me that this guy can be much worse than what Arsenal have been using. No. There's been one impressive defender so far this season on a consistent basis, and that's been Gabriel. 22 years old, lads. 22. Carrying the football club to our the best defensive record in the league until the Aston Villa game. That should be worrying. Ross Barkley does look like a baller. He is a baller. He is a baller. We've known that for years. He has been unleashed. And yes, maturity, decision-making, and the combination that he has been provided with Jack Grealish, very impressive. Paul Ross says, Mikel is just a Spanish Tony Pulis. Lampard's the joke? Well. Spanish Tony Pulis, he's got to show us something else so that we can refute that. I have no rebuttal right now, because defensively, yes, fantastic improvement for sure. Going forward, less so. Spectrums saying, keep staying true to your soul, Hugh and co. Much love to your mother, Spectrums, for getting involved in the chat. Peter Mav says Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell is... Okay, you're trying to say Sol Campbell is an example of someone who has moved to a rival and been a success. That wasn't really the stipulation, right? The stipulation is hand-me-downs being a success. Players that are at the end of their tenure moving and being a success. Not in the prime of their careers. Yeah? Sol Campbell also currently in line, or at least one of the names in line, along with Phil Neville for the Sheffield Wednesday job. Very interested to see if he ends up getting that. Shannon Cregan says 4K frauds and an utterly fraudulent 100 retweets. Let's go over to Twitter right now and just drop a follow to 5 fraudulent dons who have shared the tweet. Much love to your mothers for getting involved. You are massively appreciated and helping this channel to grow and grow. We're going to go right down to the bottom here. Alfred, you are an absolute fraud. Thanks for getting involved, my son. Anthony, Jack, and James Bryant, Ollie Taylor, and last but not least, Trabelski. Thanks, guys, for getting involved. You have helped to make this stream what it is. Creed of Tom says, what is one current player you take at Arsenal from Manchester United? As a United fan, I'd take Aubameyang despite current form. Partey looks amazing, though. Okay, player that I would take from Manchester United, I've got a few. I would like Edinson Cavani. I think he's massively underrated by United fans. I actually like Paul Pogba. I know a lot of people don't seem to like him. Wan-Bissaka is a better right back than Hector Bellerin. Defensively, at least. And you know, in terms of creativity, we need a player like Bruno, don't we, really? A player who's not afraid to take shots, who's not afraid to do passes forward into the danger zone, who does things without thinking. And yes, a lot of the time it is going to go wrong. But if at first you don't succeed, do you know what I mean? J2 says, is Arteta better than Emery? I think time will tell. X-Toxicity says, how serious are you taking Spurs so far? With a pinch of salt, I think is the best way to say it. Mark Marston says, thoughts on Fofana and comparisons with Saliba. We've done that. Rohan Vyas says, what's this? We need Ajax sporting director. Bring Benassa back. Yeah, Benassa's not going to be coming back, and Mark Overmars is Ajax through and through, so I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get hold of him. James Carnegie, although someone told me a while ago that I should be expecting a former Arsenal legend to be brought into the club on some kind of level quite soon. And that was a while ago. I don't know what's happened with that. James Carnegie says, hope you're well this evening. Just wanted to wish everyone a good evening, except for Greg Clark's now unemployed behind. Any thoughts on that whole debacle? Well, we have gone over that. It is very unfortunate that there is still this underlying tone of archaic mentalities and attitudes towards people in general. So hopefully the fact that on the pitch everyone should be and is considered equal helps to kind of filter out into society. But ultimately football is a microcosm of society, and if the people in charge are thinking and speaking like that, then it is very worrying, and there is a lot more work to be done. However, it's been called out. I think that they should have been a lot more ruthless, and they would have done themselves a massive favour by not allowing him to resign, but by sacking him publicly. And last but not least, as I said before, very proud of the way that Tyrone Mings, who was thrust under the bus today and had to answer every question under the sun because of this twat, who handled himself very well and is a really good example, basically. Right, so everybody, I think that's about it. Coleman Maloney says, put Pepe in a system that fits his style. Balls in behind, and he will perform. Much love, my fraudulent friends. Midnight Man saying, Rory predicted Sheffield United to be relegated. I mean, yeah, Sheffield United, well, they're bottom of the league, so it's very easy to say that they'll be relegated, isn't it? Yeah. I think they've had quite a difficult run with the fixture lists. There's plenty of time still to pull that back, and the bottom three aren't going to be getting many points, so I would say it's very early doors yet. Much in the same way as people getting gassed over the fact that Everton were top of the league. I mean, they're not going to win the league, so it's just doing the game or the season story a disservice to say that it is a done deal yet. But yeah, they do look pretty bad. And certainly not the team that I jumped behind last season. A lot of people seem to think that because you praise what you see a year ago, that opinion still carries forward a year later. If the same things aren't happening, lads, sorry mate, I've jumped ship. If you are consistently performing on a shit basis or with quality that is not of the required standard, you don't get the fucking Lord of the Frauds pass anymore. And that pass has been handed on to Marcelo Bielsa. Wilder is in the mud, so you need to stop kind of like associating me with the fucking fraudulence. You got the praise, and I got the credit for praising what I saw last season. What we see this season is further confirmation that I'm never wrong. With new information, we make new judgments, and if you are shit, then I can't give you the credit. So yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to change your ways for me to change my mind and hand the baton back to you as the leading Yorkshire club, because right now there is a style that is much more entertaining, much more attacking, is creating much more chances, is completely fearless, and I'm seeing the complete opposite at Sheffield United. Hakam Lafty says, tactically, Arteta is okay at best, and man management is actually abysmal. Shocking, really. I don't know if it's too soon to dash him, but questions need answers. Yeah, questions need answers, yeah. We're not getting any answers, though, are we? There's more questions actually arising every Arteta performance. In fact, there is an argument to say that we are totally jumping the gun with this Aston Villa defeat. This is a side who have put the champions of England to the sword like no other team in recent history. 7-2 is a sensational result. Is that slightly deceptive in itself? No, I don't think it is. I think Aston Villa have got a very well-balanced side. You translate Arsenal's side man for man. Tyrone Mings is very similar in profile to Gabriel. He's been very impressive. We've already said Cash is brilliant. McGinn in the middle with Barkley and Grealish out wide. Trezeguet movement, and up top they've signed a complete striker. This is a very balanced side who now have the ability to go and play football with freedom. Do you think that Dean Smith is telling Jack Grealish to play within himself and find the easy pass? No, lads, no. Jack Grealish has clearly been recognised by his manager as a player with incredible talent. Unleash yourself on them. Freedom. Go and play football. Show me what you've got. Arsenal's players are clearly being told the complete opposite, and that is why we have seen the likes of Willian playing football like this. It is not in Willian's nature to just pass backwards. You can't tell me that at all. 2 passes out of 28 or whatever it was in a game mean this is instruction. This is the plan. We need a plan B, because that's a shit plan. All right? Cheers. Tom Snack says, to think that Real Madrid wanted Saliba and apparently Arteta would rather use a defender like Mustafi. It makes me laugh. And Willian is a joke. Shkodran Mustafi, famously integral to Unai Emery's 22-game unbeaten run. Remember, Koscielny and Mustafi together was known as Kostafi. It's a funny old game, isn't it? It's a funny old game. Mikel Arteta is a massive fan of Mustafi because of their time together at Everton, no doubt. Something that, you know, we may not have much of a choice about. Rohan Vyas says, check the Instagram post by Pro Future Stars, PSG Academy Graduates. Let's have a look. See exactly what he's talking about. Which post? PSG Academy Graduates. Oh, here we go. Rohan Vyas wanted us to check this post. I believe this is what he's talking about. Kingsley Coman, Adrien Rabiot, Dan Axel Zagadou, and Moussa Dembele. PSG Academy Graduates, all making the move. And are they all flourishing? I think maybe all flourishing apart from Rabiot. Rabiot has been involved a lot recently, actually. So Coman looks like an unbelievable player right now. Wow. Yes, I'm not sure what your point is there, but is it that they're producing top talents? I guess. Arsenal have done quite well in terms of academy graduates who have ended up playing in the top 5 European leagues. I know that Real Madrid will be the most successful side by quite some distance there, but the best French side is not PSG. The best French side will be Lyon. Lyon produce more academy talents than any other French club by quite some distance. That is a fact. Cold, hard home, hitting home truths from your boy. Okay, I love the fact that you've brought that to our attention, though. Much love to your mother, Rohan. Radu Pipa says, have you seen the competition in the championship? 20th place is 7 points away from the playoffs. It's way too early. Championship, toughest league in world football. I think 90% of the clubs have been in the Premier League. It might be all of them now. I don't even know. Let's have a look at the table. Derby may well be bottom, as you can see over here. Reading are top of the league. Watford, Norwich, Bournemouth, the 3 relegated Premier League teams, all off to fantastic starts as well. As we scroll down, we see the likes of QPR, Nottingham Forest struggling, Wycombe Wanderers, who picked up their first 2 wins in the league recently, with wins over Sheffield Wednesday and Birmingham. It is very tight, though. It's going to be very tight. Blimey. What is that? 3 points from top to 6th. Yeah, it's tough, that, isn't it? Biggest game in the footballing season, the playoff final, especially with the importance and the prizes. Noah Berman saying Kia will be the end of Arsenal heinous and internal misery, saying, hey from Kentucky, USA, come on Arsenal. Much love to everyone who has got involved tonight. It has been a pleasure talking over the football and the headlines with there. So I hope you are all doing well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. If you don't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram, where I will repost on my story anyone who sends me a picture of themselves watching the show. And of course, you can follow all the other social medias links, which are in the description box below. We've got the Discord, we've got Periscope, we've got Twitch, we've got Instagram, Twitter. Get involved in the conversation and the daily contents. Like I say, much love to your mothers for getting involved. Hope you're all doing well. I will see you in the next one. But for now, my name's been hughwizzy, and this has been... yeah, dear, dear, dear. What goes down must come up, right? Or is it the other way around? Keep the faith, lads. Yeah? Every game's a new opportunity. We'll be back. Until the next one, peace out.